She's an icon, she's a legend, and she is the moment. Now come on now.
Welcome, my beautiful sisters, to the last episode of Never Date Just One Sis for 2025. Ooh, this has been a journey. It's your hostess with the absolute mostest, your favorite dating coach, Arthur China T. And this is a space where we learn how to roster date with intention, not desperation, sis. If it was the last thing we'd do, we was going to stop learning how to stop chasing dusty situationships and start letting the right ones pursue us, period, point blank. Now, before we delve all the way into anything today, if you still have not purchased your playbook, this is your guide to your roster dating journey, okay? What are you waiting for? I'm talking about the blueprint for building a dating roster like a queen that you are. Never date just once, sis. This is the ultimate guidebook for women who are dating with purpose, power, and divine femininity. And for my fiction lovers who want to know exactly how it goes and y'all love a juicy story, Player Position, sis, is going to put it all into perspective. That's where the game gets real, but the lessons get deep. Both of these books are linked into the description on this video, so go ahead and hit that link, get your copies, and do not forget to download your free roster review tracker, because we don't have time to be mixing up these Darrells and Terrells, Marvins and Maliks and Mikes, and forgetting who got consistent energy and who don't and who go where, when, what. We got to be on point. That's the purpose of the roster and the roster review tracker. Now, I've already told y'all about our new book that's coming out. Sis, you're toxic. I wouldn't date you either. Clean up your dating habits. Call in the love you deserve. This book is going to be a personal guide for breaking toxic patterns, sis, letting go of overgiving, stop settling for potential, and finally learn how to set expectations to get your needs met. It's time to clear the emotional clutter, stop proving your worth to men who have not earned it, sis, and start attracting love that feels safe, solid, and is reciprocated. This book will be ready to purchase in ebook and paperback, and it will be useful in identifying what you should be doing versus what you've already done that has not worked. So get ready to grab that in July. It is going to be a game changer as we continue to navigate this dating stretch. And remember, there is not another coach or creator who is able to put everything that they teach into as many books like me. Now, if you're really trying to dig deep into your dating patterns, I still got that one-on-one live session for $99 for 55 minutes of straight clarity, insight, and strategy. We'll also take a look at your dating history. Again, call out what's working, what needs to change, what needs to continue, and how you can stop attracting clowns and start attracting your king. Now, reminder, content stops today. This week is the last week for our Never Date Just One Sis, and that's okay. We'll resume this back next year. However, July 1st to July 31st, we're going to be jumping into our healing period. 31 days to internal satisfaction. This is going to be our month-long period where we'll delve deeply into what we can heal, the interrelationship trauma, the childhood traumas, the daddy issues, the mommy issues, the abandonment issues, the attachment issues, anything that happened to you in your childhood or your preteens or adulthood. We need to learn about those patterns and heal those patterns that lead you to having sex too soon just to hold on to somebody. So you got to stay tuned for that. You got time right now to click the link on this video to get your copy, and they all gonna have a journal prompt at the end of each activity. Okay, we will jump back into our dating content next year, but right now we're gonna focus on getting all of this baggage unpacked and put away before we go put ourselves back out there. All right. Now, let's get into what we talk about today. If y'all still walking around talking about, I'm looking for a man, I need you to sit down, take a breath, and ask yourself, why is you even saying stuff like that? Do you know the psychology behind say, I'm looking for a man? Do you even know the psychology behind when a man says he's looking for a woman? Here's the truth, sis. The moment a woman starts looking instead of attracting, she's already stepped out of her power. She done dropped her crown, she put on her running shoes, and now she's chasing her masculinity like it's hiding behind every dating app and gas station pump. It's not how it goes, sis. You're in the reverse. And don't get me started on the men who says, I need a woman, I'm looking for me a woman. He's not looking for no love, sis. He's looking for structure, stability, and a woman to believe in him because he don't believe in himself yet. potential. Both of y'all looking. Neither one of y'all ready. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Because this mask that y'all keep putting on, acting like y'all ready for something, is the reason why that something keeps evading you. And the reason why karmic flames keep popping up. Because you failed to heal. And we gotta get back into that. Let's talk about it first, sis. When you say, I'm looking for me a man, or I'm looking for a man, you're in the masculine energy. Period. You're hunting. You're strategizing. You're performing. You're trying to impress. You're doing the absolute most. That's what men do for women, especially the ones that they want and they chase it. But let me ask you, how many of those men that you found actually found you worth keeping? I'll wait. None. Exactly. Because you were chasing what should have been drawn to you, sis. We don't chase, we attract. You started dating by looks. You thought he was tall, dark, and handsome. Then you start going with titles. Oh, he's tall. He got a beard. He's a businessman. He drives a Tesla. All that surface level, sis. That's a masculine way to think. It's performing to be chosen. It's settling into dusty situationships and you calling it hanging out or dating. And you think you got one up on a man. Neither one of y'all ready. You forgot how it feels to attract people into your energy, to receive compliments and love, to observe and make a decision and then select. You forgot that feminine power doesn't go out and look. It doesn't. It glows. And the right person will step forward. It doesn't matter how bright the lights are in the room, your light will always be brighter. Your person will always know you are her. Now, what does he really mean when he says he's looking for a woman? Let's unpack that. I'm looking for a woman. That sounds noble, right? I know you like, oh, I can't wait to be that woman he's looking for. You think he mature. You think he got grown man vibes. But when you look under his hood, sis, what he really meant was, I'm tired of chaos. I want structure. I'm lonely. I want sex on demand. I'm tired of doing life alone. I want a woman to fill the gaps. Translation, I want relief, not love. He wants someone to be his peace because he hasn't learned how to be his own peace. He has never created any for himself. He's incapable of creating peace for you or even bringing some to you. He wants someone to help him build because he ain't built nothing solid for himself. That's why he like to see you with all your accolades, but then try to tear you down to his level. He wants someone to believe in him, not because he's ready to lead you, sis, but because he's unsure of who he is without a woman to validate him. He's never said in his own shit. Nobody's ever made him sit in his own stuff. So he doesn't even know who he is as a man. He ain't looking for a partnership, sis. He's looking for a caretaker. And sis, that ain't your ministry, babe. You gotta let that pass you on by. I know you've been attracted to it in the past. You couldn't wait when a man said, I'm looking for a woman. You thought that you was gonna be that woman until you realize if you sit down and think about it, all the work that he made you do. Relief versus readiness. Both of y'all are chasing relief, not love, not alignment, just a warm body and a role to fill. But relief relationships don't last long. They're born out of neediness, not wholeness. And when pressure comes, sis, and oh, it always does, the cracks will show. He gets frustrated because you don't heal his insecurities. You feel drained because you're loving from your masculine space, not your overflow. And before you know it, both of y'all looking again. So how do we flip the script to stop that and we can get back to attracting that energy? Let me tell you how to flip it. You got to stop looking and start becoming, sis. Remember I told y'all, see, this is where we go back into healing. When you heal, you become the version of you that attracts from your overflow. That lives full, loved, soft, sacred without a man or with a man. You don't audition for titles, sis. You just choose from your options, your roster. A feminine woman does not chase. She curates. She observes. She says, I'm not looking for a man, girl, but I am building her life so good that a man will have to have added peace and purpose to it to stay in it. And that's not masculine. That's her knowing that she is the prize and the greatest thing on earth. Start moving like your roster is sacred ground, sis. Only kings allowed. No peasants, no peons. You don't wait for attention. You require intention. And when a man says he's looking for a woman, you say, cool, I'm not looking, I'm living. Let's see if you qualify. Now he got to step up to the plate because he know you ain't looking for him. But if you're in the right place at the right time when the right things going on, he may be found. Now, I'm going to give you a couple examples, okay? Here's a Dusty example. He says, I'm just looking for a woman who will believe in me. You respond, I believe in men who believe in themselves. Now you can let that marinate. Now the aligned energy, on the other hand, that man that says, I'm building something powerful and I would like to add someone who's also in her flow. You'll say, I attract masculine leaders who respect my feminine space. Let's vibe and see if we align. Do you see the difference? One is pulling you down, the other matches your pace. You see how that goes, sis? That's how you need to determine the Dusty from the man that's aligned. It's all in his words and his presentation. How does he present self? And in his presentation, is it believable? And is it an everyday consistent thing? Sis, we're not out here looking for anybody. Stop it. We're living. We're glowing. We're choosing from our wholeness. The roster. Let the broken men look. They're supposed to. They're still looking for themselves. Let the confused men search. They're supposed to. They so in a rubber, they don't know where they need to go. You, on the other hand, you become the prize that attracts the person who's supposed to be there, not chase the person who's not supposed to be there. And when your person steps up, and he will step up, sis, you'll know, because you'll no longer be living in the energy of survival. You're not trying to be his woman. You're honoring yourself as a woman and letting your roster reflect that. Now, never date just once, sis, because when you remember your worth, you know you don't need to look for a man. He will find you. You just need to remember that you're the magnet that'll attract him in when he's supposed to be there. Got it? Good. All right. Wow. We have done a lot this year, since the end of last year to this year with Never Date Just One. We have gotten all the way up into the second date, but we have a lot more to go. But in order for us to go further into this journey, you have first got to heal. Then you got to increase your self-love. Then you got to get back into your femininity. You got to complete your needs assessment to understand your needs. You got to do your self-evaluation to know exactly who you truly are. And you got to do your relationship evaluation to see exactly where you went wrong and why you kept attracting the same man with a different name, different face, different address, different telephone number. Same game. You got the same results. All of that you can do and Never Date Just One, sis. If you haven't got your copy, get it. Now, Shantae, on the other hand, well, she had to go through some things too. If you get her story, you're going to know exactly what she went through and how she turned that pain into purpose and Never Date and play your position, sis. And then our healing journey, 31 days to internal satisfaction. By the time we finish this book, you should be ready to get back into dating. I'm going to still have you sit and continue to heal. Because sometimes we'll apologize to ourselves. It takes some time for us to forgive ourselves. Because we'll still be engaging in negative behaviors and bad habits that are still pulling us down. Just because you start this healing, sis, doesn't mean it's going to be ready to go on the 32nd day. It's going to take some time because you're going to be in a new headspace, thereby making new decisions, living a new life. So you're going to walk a lot lighter and a lot slower. You're going to let the universe start moving your feet to where your feet's supposed to be. We're not rushing this. So you start this July 1st, July 31st, and your healing will continue every day after that until you say you feel completely whole. You have forgiven yourself completely, and you are ready to move on. That's the space I'm in. I love it. I can't wait to see y'all here. I will see you on Wednesday for our last episode of Clean Your Dating Habits Up. But do not forget that we have a new book releasing by the end of July. Sis, you're toxic. I wouldn't date you either. And we're going to further continue to clean these dating habits up so that we do not take old habits into new situations. I will see y'all on Wednesday for our last episode of Clean Your Dating Habits Up. Coming soon is Sis, You're Toxic. I wouldn't date you either. In ebook and paperback form. Get ready to get your copy and let's clean your dating habits up.
She's back. Yes, ladies, China T, Coach Erica, will be back June the 13th at 5:30 p.m. That's a Friday, Eastern Standard Time. Yes, Coach Erica, Oh, she will be spilling the tea on dating mistakes and more. See y'all on June the 13th, 5:30 p.m.
That's right. Come start a healing journey with me in July. You'll learn more in this show. Tune in.